After watching Jeff for a few months, I find myself complaining about slow play even from SO and personally playing faster myself. Yeah, and like, I definitely make mistakes on occasion from playing too quickly, and like, you'll hear me point that out. Like, the most common mistake I get or make while playing fast is that the best way to increase your rate of play while playing Magic is to think about what you want to be doing during your opponent's turn. But the flip side of that is you then need to readjust your decision-making process based on the new card you draw during your draw step. And I definitely have a lot of moments where I don't readjust properly for the card I drew for the turn and then make a suboptimal play based on not knowing that. Is this a turn 3 kill? Yeah, we do have a turn 3 kill lined up here, right? We get to go turn 2 Devoted Druid, turn 3 Chord for our turn 3 Chord for our other thing, our Vizier, and then we have infinite mana and we get to Eternal Witness, pick back up the Chord of Calling for the Recruiter, and then Recruiter to find our win condition. There's a deck list on your screen, and by that I mean I haven't updated it yet, but I'm going to upload the deck list right now because I forgot. All right, there is now a correct deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. All right, what a good clean game of Modern, huh? Opponent took 2 turns, we took 3 turns, they died. Good clean live-in. Good clean live-in. On tap. Mix it louder, mix it louder. This is the same Ponza, opponent. When you re-enter a league, it lets you I'm letting my opponent know that they're dead so they can concede if they'd like. Otherwise, we'll be clicking through it. So for those of you that are not familiar with this deck, you now card for Duskwatch Recruiter. And now because I have infinite mana with Duskwatch Recruiter, I get to activate Duskwatch Recruiter a bunch of times. It lets me get every creature out of my deck, which is going to find me Walking Ballista. And then I cast Walking Ballista with a large amount of mana and shoot my opponent to death. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate you conceding there. Nobody's ever obligated to concede, but you know, if you value your time and you're deterministically dead, you should probably concede. Honestly, that's part of the reason I enjoy playing the friendly leagues more than the competitive leagues too. People in friendly leagues value their time way more. They're playing Magic to have fun, not to sit there and make people get every moto point. Oh, Glandia loves and appreciates you, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you for the support, Roadkill. I really appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me here. Thanks for keeping me employed. Let me know if there's a deck in the queue you'd like to bump up with that donation. I do appreciate the support. As always, people who donate dollary dues or tier bits get to dictate what we play and how soon we play it. I really wish Legacy had friendly leagues too. Den's Lettuce with the 4-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. Thank you for the third of a year of support. How do I want to board against Ponza? I think I want the extra Selfless Spirit because they're a sweeper deck. Kitchen Finks doesn't seem particularly good. I guess I want this Rex Sage. Excuse me, this Rex Sage. This deck list is actually really trim. That's true, extras. I feel like I don't really want Qasali. Oh, Calhodes. That's a heck of a sub gift right there. What do I want to cut? No, I'm not really planning on playing more Legacy in the future. I came to the conclusion a long while ago that my Magic content is better when I'm having fun with the formats that I'm playing, and I just haven't been having fun playing Legacy, so I'm going to take a break from it for a while. Even post-ban Legacy just like hasn't been fun for me, and modern is very popular, and there's plenty of people that support my content for Modern, so I'm just going to take a Legacy break because I think it's what's best for my content. This is definitely my personally favorite Magic format. Just like the fact that Modern has such a flat power level overall is quite great. and the fact that there's friendly leagues for Modern, which means I can just concede the matches that are frustrating and annoying, is also a big upside as well. Yeah, the people that you play Magic with are often the most important part of the game. Theories, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub, I appreciate that. Welcome. Yeah, we're not going to be doing, people that have Legacy decks in the queue, feel free to reach out to me to put something else in their place, but I've also banned people from the Discord before, so... Alright, so they're dead. What an interesting and fun game of Modern. Nice Ponza deck. I always feel good when I get to beat Ponza with a combo deck like this, because it always feels terrible losing to Ponza with my fair mid-range decks. And as someone who loves playing fair mid-range decks, let me tell you about losing to Ponza. You do it a lot. Jeff, I want you to put this in my tier 3 sub forward towards dealer choice because nothing makes me more happy than seeing you have fun. Thank you, Bardic. I appreciate it, and I will do. I'm going to sit here and diddle my Devoted Druid for 32 points of mana. And once we get our diddle going... Thank you, Calhones. I appreciate it. We're actually playing one of my dealer's choice decks today. We're going to play some blue-red fairies later today. It's a deck I'm considering playing for the Indie Open. And like, I understand why Ponza is so popular. I think land destruction is an archetype a lot of people enjoy playing in Magic in general. It just doesn't create very good games of Magic. How am I clicking through it so fast? So there is a hotkey that lets you auto-pick the first mana ability on a card when you click on it. I have Mind Rebound to the C key. I don't remember what it is by default, but there's definitely a hotkey that you can define that lets you hold it down to get the first mana ability out of a card. So while you will get carpal tunnel while doing it, you can do it quickly. W by default sounds right. While we're waiting for this next match to pop, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here today. Happy Thursday, folks. My name's Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer, memer, content producer here on Twitch. I stream a ton of Magic. We focus primarily on Modern on this channel. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the reason that I'm able to stream full-time like I do. They are quite literally the people that keep me employed. You can also support my content past that by supporting some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Honey would love to save you some money. Honey is a free browser add-on that you can install via bit.ly/HugoHoney to support my content at no cost to yourself. And what Honey does is, when you're shopping online, it looks at the stuff in your cart and then searches online automatically for coupon codes to try and save you some money on things that you are purchasing anyways. If Honey can't save you any money, it leaves you completely alone. It's completely unobtrusive. So you should install it because it doesn't hurt you and it could possibly save you some money on things you were buying anyways. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 6 weeks now, and it's quite wonderful. It's our first time having a foam mattress as opposed to a traditional pillow top mattress. I don't think we'd ever go back. You can check out bit.ly/HugelBed US or bit.ly/HugelBed CA to save $160 or more on your new foam mattress with Lisa. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone to Hoaglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about your complimentary timeout. We're 1-0 in this league with the Devoted Company deck, and we're heading on into our second match here now. Clicking on Devoted Druids. Yep. I said it when Devoted Druid popped out, and I'm saying again, the deck wins way too often during the third turn of the game, and they should just ban Druid for the sake of the format's health. Maybe. The deck is definitely very consistent. For anything, Jeskai, maybe Nahiri, thanks for all you do. Thank you, Stephen Douglas, for the 100 bits. Music Demigod with that brand new Twitch Prime support. And there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I do appreciate it. We are going to Grishel brand some folks today. Oh, you know what? The fetch land spread in this deck is really weird, but I guess there's no hallowed fountain, so they just all need to be green fetches. Honey will work occasionally outside of the US. It primarily is focused on finding codes for things in the US and UK, but it does work outside of the US on occasion, I am told. Hey, look, it's a turn 3 kill, chat. If they don't have any interaction, we have a turn 3 kill. Is Lisa, in fact, Stacy's mom? And follow-up, does she have it going on? Would you play Bring to Light Scapeshift? I actually really like Bring to Light Scapeshift. It's explicitly the red-green Valakut deck that I don't enjoy playing. Please tap out for something dumb like Search for Azcanta. Rats! Alright, so we're going to cast this Chord of Calling in an attempt to kill my opponent here. The queue is still partially frozen. My current goal is to have the queue back to its normal $10 a deck price for subscribers by the beginning of August. Tier 3 subs and $50+ donations are welcome to... are they just planning on, like, countering my payoff here? I'm not waiting till EOT, because if they have nothing, I get to kill them. No, Moto just struggles when you have a lot of clicks going on. My opponent said they're going to concede if I show them the Walking Ballista, so I'm just going to go ahead and cast it. They could technically be scummy here and like make me pay extra, but God bless you, opponent. Playing this deck is so much better in the friendly leagues than the competitive leagues. Most of the people in competitive leagues when we played this deck always made me click through it. And that just really sucks. Alright, so I definitely want the Dispels and the extra Selfless Spirit. I probably want Pridemage and Reclamation Sage against blue-white control. I guess we don't know for sure that they're on blue-white control, but they're very likely blue-white control, right? I feel like these are good trims. Am I supposed to trim mana creatures in this matchup? How do we feel about trimming Birds of Paradise? Is that absurd? Is that absurd? Is it absurd to trim mana creatures here? Yeah, maybe just trimming 4 mana creatures is fine. I don't hate this. This puts us down to 27 company hits, though. I think I'm going to do this. We find Ballista with Duskwatch Recruiter. So Duskwatch Recruiter lets us loop through our deck with infinite mana and grab every creature out of it. Yeah, I think we're supposed to, like, board down on, like, the rushing. I'm going to submit like this and see how it feels. It seems pretty good, right? We've got Noble Hierarch into Selfless Spirit into Tireless Tracker, start making some clues. So Courser can generate card advantage for us, which I think is pretty important against a control deck on average. Although again, we've only seen lands and Serum Visions out of them, so there's a non-zero chance they could be a wacky combo deck of some sort, but I'm leaning towards blue-white control based on what they did. Based on what we saw out of them. Yeah, Colonnade should signify control. I'm going to get Selfless Spirit going to insulate against Spell Snare. That's pretty good. This is great for us because it means we're going to get to resolve this Tireless Tracker and then make 2 clues with it. Oh, I didn't update the stream title. Yep. Thank you. Sorry, I'm still only at like a 4 out of 10. Definitely. Streaming involves a lot of multitasking. So if I miss Stream Decker or updating the stream title today, please remind me. You're not being rude, you're being helpful. Oh no, not Jace the Wallet Sculptor. Please don't unsummon my Tireless Tracker. How will I ever win? You're just brainstorming. Okay, well that's absurd for us. That's absurd for us. Yeah, we're probably getting Terminus here, right? But, like, I get to make 2 more clues while I do it. So, like, I think that's fine. I assume this is the setup Terminus, right? Yeah, I'm not going to play any more creatures here because I'm assuming a Terminus is about to come off the top. If they are the Terminus control deck, I think I'm going to board in Disdainful Stroke post board. Wow, they didn't have the Terminus. That's so good for us. So I got a little bit punished here for not playing out the Selfless Spirit, huh? But again, I was feeling like Terminus was going to happen. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play Collected Company here. Remember, just because your card's an instant doesn't mean you have to play it on your opponent's turn. Playing it now while they don't have counter. Well then. I'm going to put Walking Ballista in my discard pile here. I think I'm going to get Collected Company back to my hand as well. I mean, we got a 2-1 and we got a free 2-1 out of the deal. My discard pile is less safe than the bottom of my deck. I guess you think they're going to board in Rest in Peace against me? I guess that's fair. They could realistically have Rest in Peace against me. It's a fair assessment. Yeah, right, Burgle? Seems great. Oh, that's a good identification there, Lord Draken. That the Terminus builds don't usually run Spreading Seas. That's a really little thing that's subtle. That's definitely worth noting, and I think you're correct thinking about it. So let's go ahead and do this, and then put the Selfless Spirit into play to hopefully play around another copy of Supreme Verdict or Snap Verdict. Which, if they're not on Terminus, if they're on mostly Verdicts, I don't want Disdainful Stroke. Tireless Tracker is very, very good. Very, very good. Path me, baby. I love that this deck has 5 basic lands in it. I'm a big, big fan of having a bunch of basic lands in our deck. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit longer stream than normal today. Oh, I missed that. That's unfortunate. I guess this gives me a window to resolve Collected Company. I boarded out my Reflector Mage. Yeah, I boarded out my Reflector Mage. I think it's fine for setting up my Coco, but I definitely wasn't thinking about that. And this is another reason why this deck is kind of sweet for grinding. Duskwatch Recruiter is a card that generates card advantage. So, like, I just get to sit here and generate cards with my Duskwatch Recruiter now, which is great. I'm not going to play out the Judge's Familiar because I don't want to lose it to a Supreme Verdict if they have one. Because if they have Supreme Verdict, they're probably verdicting this board. I mean, if they don't have anything here, these Viziers are lethal next turn, right? Yeah, we have a lot of cards in the bank. We currently have a lot of cards in the bank. Yes, this is the list from the Vegas top 8 card for card. Devoted Druid needs to not be summoning sick to make mana. I am almost better. We're getting there. So I don't have any lands left, so getting back Tireless Tracker doesn't really accomplish anything. So I'm probably just getting Collected Company here, right? You did miss Cheerios. Cheerios will be up on YouTube later as always. That was our first deck of the day. Okay, so small mistake here for my opponent. So you want to wait until I target something with Eternal Witness as opposed to aggressively surgically extracting. I think I'm actually going to get Selfless Spirit back now. Because I feel like they're on verdicts and not what's it called. So I'd like Insulation from a Supreme Verdict. 0 forever. With the 5-month tier 3 resub. Thanks for that big resub. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me here. Be sure to drop me a message if you'd like to bump a deck in the queue or fill out the form linked underneath the stream. bit.ly/Hoogle submit to submit a deck that way. Oh, okay, so they didn't cast a spell, so this is going to flip, so let's activate here. Flipping actually isn't terrible for us here. Then another Duskwatch. Deal. Just going to go ahead and activate this again, I think. Play Devoted Druid. And I think I just pass here at this point, right? You like how we have 7 cards in our hand and have like 4 clues in play? This is really absurd. We're just up like 10 cards on them. Yep, negate is not going to do it. All right, well, 2040. Yeah, definitely extras. No, I already had one in my bin, Erdrian, or did I? That's a good question. I kind of wanted to land, but you're right. I didn't consider putting minus counters on it. Would Upheaval be a fun modern card? Probably not. It would probably either be obnoxious or unplayable. Now, I think Burglar's too slow and clunky. I think it's probably just worse than, like, Duskwatch Recruiter and Tireless Tracker. Yeah, I agree that control is generally not very good in Modern. I think, in general, it tends to struggle. Oh, look at that, chat. It's a turn 3 kill. Murpher face with brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Welcome. Awakening JAC. Yep, can you fill out the Google form for me? Or is Awakening JAC already in there? No, you're right. It is. It's 100% in there. I will add your thing to it. Thank you for the support. Happy to bump that up. So we will actually get to Awakening JAC tomorrow then. Perfect. Glimmer Void, Engineered Explosives for 0. Alright, well hopefully they don't interact with us and we kill them next turn. Mix it louder, mix it louder. Boop, 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 boop. Beep. Beep, 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 beep. No, I don't think so. Actually, my article, I am actually taking this week off of writing an article because I've been sick and other stuff and just had too much stuff going on. But my article next week on Gathering Magic is actually going to be talking about cantrips in Modern and why I think less cantrips is a good thing. Alright, so there's some kind of artifact deck. I'm going to bring in Pridemage and Reclamation Sage and Phyrexian Revoker. Worth noting, Revoker can turn off Crocklon Ironworks if that's the deck they're playing. Scavenging Ooze is probably pretty good. What do we think about... I feel like Disdainful Stroke and Mindcensor could also be okay, right? I'm going to cut Tireless Tracker. I'm going to cut Reflector Mage and Kitchen Finks. How do we feel about trimming Tireless Tracker and Courser of Kruphix? I kind of like just trimming our grind here. I like how this deck is built a lot too, Burgle. I think this deck this is a really elegant build of this archetype. They are very likely KCI. We don't know that for sure. Well, Aven Mindcensor stops War of Invention against Ensnaring Bridge decks, and it stops Inventor's Fair against KCI, so I think it's fine. That's true. It could be Lantern. It could be Lantern. I think I want this regardless. Maybe the Disdainful Strokes aren't good enough. These cards could be suspect. KCI doesn't generally run Glimmer Void. That's a good catch. All right, I'm going to do this. I think it's the right to say Leave Tracker because they could be Lantern. Lantern doesn't usually run EE. That's true. They could be a weird KCI build. I think this is like a good middle of the road. Just kill them on turn 3 again, right? I agree. That's the best answer. And I didn't board out any of my combo pieces, right? So, like, just killing them on turn 3 is an option. Yeah, I think it could be... I think there's a good chance it's just some kind of brew. I think there's a good chance it's some kind of brew, and we're going to want to readjust for game 3. There's a good chance there's some kind of Tezzeret control deck, and I'm going to want to bring all my grindy elements in. Yep, looks like a blue-black Tezzeret deck. So I'm going to do this and then cast the Selfless Spirit as installation. They're probably a Damnation deck. Bridge would be a little annoying, for sure. The trade my Karn for 3 points of damage is an interesting line. I think I was going to activate Township this turn. Yeah, it smells like a backup Karn. I agree with that. Although I guess I can just... Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play Birds of Paradise, then flash an Aven Mindcensor this turn. Nah, I think just killing the Karn is ideal. I think there's a good chance I want to Revoker like a Tezzeret or something I can't just kill later. Like, if I can take the Planeswalker off the board by attacking, I think I should prioritize doing that. Yeah, Revoker and Welding Jar might also come up. You know, it's actually very possible I should have flashed in this Mindcensor in response to this Prism, because there's a good chance that my opponent has a Whir of Invention in their hand, and now they're going to be able to Whir in response. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I assume they're going to cash these in right now for this. Trade it for my Selfless Spirit seems fine. And then this turn, I get to go ahead and Witness, pick my Selfless Spirit back up, which is nice. So that way, if they do have a Damnation or something, like, my board's never in danger here. And, like, we're getting pretty well positioned to just, like, win a straight-up race here, right? Between Chump Blockers and Gavony Township. Can I get a witness? Hey, I didn't even notice we have artwork on this Noble Hierarch today. This version of Noble Hierarch doesn't usually have artwork on it. No blocks, go to 6. We're going to hit them to 9, and then they're going to be dead on board, right? They need something like Languish or Black Sun Zenith, something pretty specific to get out of this position. And Staring Bridge doesn't even do it because we have Qasali Pridemage plus Revoker for Welding Jar. Yeah, I agree, Zach. I agree. I think they wasted their card. Oh, it's the old bordered one. Okay. They both have the same artwork, though, right? Or is the old bordered... No, you're right. The old bordered one has the OG artwork, right? Well, we're 3060. Three, 2 incoming. I think this deck actually has an okay Tron matchup, right? Because we have such a consistent turn 3 Goldfish that I feel like our Tron matchup can't be all that bad. I'm not sure where we bring in Worship. I'm really not a fan of Worship in this style of deck. Would I consider playing this deck in the next tournament? Maybe. I think this archetype's very powerful. Stark Quark with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I think this hand's a mulligan here. I don't think we can keep a hand without a mana dork in this deck. Like, we have 12 mana dorks in our deck, so 7 without a dork seems pretty bad. This hand is very, very good. Very, very good. Maybe. I'm not a fan of, like I said, I'm just not a fan of that card in general. Do I want this Noble Hierarch? I think I do, actually. Because Noble Hierarch on top means on turn 2, I get to go Bird plus Devoted Druid Hierarch. Or Devoted Druid plus Hierarch on 2. All right, chat. Let's test the Tron hypothesis here. We've been given that which we asked to prove. Watsy heard your cries, and they pushed the Tron button, chat. All right, Vizier, and we win. Welp. Good news. We can't get Oblivion Stoned next turn. This is why I can't, that is true. That was a good example of why I would not register this deck at a tournament. Yeah, so actually let's talk about my previous turn. I could have guaranteed corded for Vizier and had infinite mana. But remember, chat, this isn't a 2-card combo deck, it's a 3-card combo deck. And we have, the way this deck is constructed, we have 4 copies of Vizier and only 2 copies of Duskwatch Recruiter, which means our collected company is more likely to find Vizier than it is to find Duskwatch Recruiter. So that's why I collected companied, because I wanted to hold the Chord of Calling to do this, to be able to get this. So that was it's a really small thing. It's a really small thing, but I think it's right to company first there because of the way the deck is constructed. Sure, you could potentially chain Cocos, but this is guaranteed here. Fame with the 2-month free subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. That's a Tireless Tracker. I think we're dead, chat. I think we've died. Oh, that instantly win the game. Okay, so that's what you're saying. So you're not saying regrow the collected company. You're saying if we chord, Witness gets back the chord, which gets back. Okay, so I'm wrong. Jackal Girl, thank you for the 4-month resub. I missed it. And Famine, thank you for the 2-month resub. I did miss it. Sorry, I'm not on my A game today. I'm still very tired. Justin with the $10 donation. Morning, Jeff. Just woke up. Did I miss anything? Also, I think we should play Blue-Red Fairies next. We're gonna do Blue-Red Fairies at some point today. We're gonna do Black-Green Rock and Grishelbrand after this league, though. Pie Guy with the brand new Twitch Prime support, and then Kunamore with the brand new Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Welcome. So I'm going to play this tracker. We're not just dead, because if they have Oblivion Stone, we can chord for Selfless Spirit. So we're definitely by no means just dead, but we're not in a good spot. And I was definitely incorrect. I should have chorded for the Vizier, well, however that is pronounced, and then Collected Company, because Collected Company makes Eternal Witnesses live. So I did make a mistake, and I appreciate the people in chat being specific about why the play I made was a mistake, because that's how you be helpful and contribute to a meaningful discussion. You be specific about what I did incorrectly. No blocks. The Griselbrand list we're going to play today has 3 Pact of Negation in the sideboard. I think I'm obligated to just go get Selfless Spirit here in response. Love the Selfless Spirits in the main deck. I think Knight of the Reliquary is kind of silly. I feel like this is a better combo deck than a grindy deck. And if I wanted to grind, I think Tireless Tracker is better at grinding anyways. No, because I want to start attacking with the Spirit, I think. I just have a set schedule, Justin. You know the rules about the schedule. I can't just break the rules about how the schedule works. That wouldn't be fair to everybody else. Go ahead and chump block here. That's an Ulamog. I believe that means we're dead, right? Because we're gonna lose both our Devoted Druids here. Wow. Okay. Well, a good collected company is lethal now. There is a cut the line price. It's $100. Getting a deck to 100 points. Alright, I think that's greedy. I think they're supposed to just, like, take both my Devoted Druids away so they can't die there. But, you know, teach their own. I think Leyline of Sanctity is great in the Griselbrand sideboard. The build we're going to play today has 3 of them in the sideboard. Got Shuffler. I don't care about the lifelink. I'm not winning this game through a fair means. I'm winning this game by comboing, so their health total is irrelevant. Yeah, we get to crack both clues. They unfortunately took the collected company out of our bin, so we're dead here. Yeah, the Oblivion Stone means we're dead. We're very dead. Kitchen Finks is pretty bad here. Selfless Spirit is absurd. Judge's Familiar doesn't really accomplish much. Courser of Kruphix is slow. Tracker's pretty slow overall, too. How do we feel about this? I kind of want a Qasali Pridemage in my deck. Maybe not. I think I just like this build. How do we think of this configuration? I think Sage and Pridemage are just not needed. Like, I have Selfless Spirits to tag Oblivion Stones. Nah, I think killing their artifacts is a little bit medium overall. Reflector Mage, like, isn't impressive, but I feel like having one Reflector Mage in my deck can get me out of some bad spots on occasion. Rookie XP with the $25 donation. Please put this towards the colorless Squidbilly list. Will do. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Sometimes they have Cage, but it's pretty rare. It's unfortunate this hand doesn't have a second land, so I have to mulligan. This hand is very good. This hand is a turn 3 kill. Would Unified Will be better than Disdainful Stroke? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm a pretty big fan of Disdainful Stroke in general. Disdainful Stroke's probably better against control decks. Do I have a preferred format for decklist submissions? Yeah, actually, there is a link to a Google form underneath the stream. Or this link as well. Use that. Use the fancy Google form there for decklist submissions. I try to answer those after every stream. All right, let's see if they have a member. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Spatial contortion makes sense. Drop this into play past the turn. If they had the Natty Trons here, we're probably dead. No, Natty Trons, yay! Land's great, means we get to Chord for a Devoted Druid here. Yep, end step Chord for Druid, untap, play Duskwatch. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a second piece of removal here, just because, like, they kept a hand that can't find Tron quickly, so they probably did it based on having some interaction. Alright, so they're dead. God bless you, Friendly League opponents. The Friendly Leagues are the best. They're... No Moto tryhards here, just people looking to play Magic and giving it up when they're dead. Really, playing this deck on Magic Online can be a real chore. Like, I would never play something like a Mox for the Modern Challenge with this deck. Is this hand keepable? Turn 2 Aven Mindcensor's okay. It probably just doesn't combo fast enough, right? Yeah, I think if this was like a 6 without the Reflector Mage or Walking Ballista, I'd consider keeping like these 5 cards. But I think on 7, I'm supposed to just go down. That seems pretty bad too. This is the best of the hands we've had. Ding, 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 ring the dinner bell. This 5 is great. If they Natty Tron us, we're going to be sad, obviously, but I think it's fine. I think the Bant version of this deck is better positioned, more combo redundancy. I really like this build of this deck. It's been a while since I've played an Abzan build, though. But I do know that this build in the league we've played today has felt really trim. Oh, I got super excited. Thought they were going to miss a land drop there. Bird's an okay draw. Potential to kill them next turn if our draw, step, and collecting company are fortunate. That's a face only a mother could love. Alright, good company plus draw step here. We could still win. If our company is good, we could still be in this. Dead to Ugin, though. I guess we're not strictly dead to Ugin. So we'll float mana here. Oh, they haven't activated Karn yet. So if they go to change phases, yeah, we should be dead here. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, dead due to Karn. They sequenced that really well. Their hand was very good, but they also played it extremely well. Yeah, our five was very good, but their 7 was fantastic for sure. Yeah, they sequenced that very, very well. Well on our way from 3-0 into 3-2 for people that need to check that off their bingo squares. Never forget, chat, Stoneforge Mystic is too strong. There are people that will argue that to the death with you. All right. That was me messaging my wife. So if I was tweeting, I'd have pulled it up on stream. That was me sending my wife a message on Facebook. Sorry. I was encouraging her to block the mouth breathing fanatics on Twitter rather than continuing to engage them. She hasn't quite had her teeth cut on dealing with idiots as long as I have, although I'm sure the longer I do this, the more she's going to expose to it. Aven Mindcensor is also pretty good against Storm because it makes their Gift Ungiven bad. This hand was a little bit ambitious, but I think it was a fine key. If we hit a second land, it was going to be pretty great. Although Mausoleum Wanderer obviously makes our collecting companies a little bit awkward now. Pro tip: if you ever think you're gonna show up, if you ever type a message in my chat and you feel the need to prefix that message with "I'm sure I'm going to be banned for saying this, but," don't send it. That's like saying "I'm not a racist, but something incredibly racist," and it's just like, well, you realize you shouldn't be saying it, so maybe don't say it. Realize that it's gonna be a bad thing. You know you shouldn't do it, but you're gonna do it anyways. God bless our community. No offense, but I think this flip is fine for us, right? It's a pretty decent draw. Oh, it only cost me 1 mana too. Gosh, that's good. Captain James with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. You know, there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. So I think with double company in my hand, I'm actually going to chord for 2 and like get them to Mausoleum Wanderer, hopefully. Yep, definitely Bant Sprits with company. Remorseful Cleric. Okay, yep. I think this card's easily going to become a staple in this archetype. So I think I'm actually going to Chord for 2 right now because I want to flip my Duskwatch back. Because I want this to be a recruiter. So I'm expecting this to get countered. I'm basically casting this as Doomblade. So they're mostly out of cards here. So if these collected companies are good, we can win the game next turn, assuming they don't have another access to another Spellcaller here. And we're actually not dead for 2 more turns yet, so here's hoping. You know what? I probably should have Path to Exile's the last card. Fair. I'm going to float some mana here. I'm actually going to go ahead and let this die because I want to be able to get my Devoted Druid back should I find an Eternal Witness here. Oh. Would you look at that, chat? Found some candy. Was that good? Was this good? If so, why? Please explain. We're dead to a Lord here, but I don't have anything to let me play around a Lord, so there's really no point in talking about it. Legacy, generically speaking, Legacy is just a format where the cards that are good are much better than the cards that aren't, which makes building decks with interesting combinations of cards a much less rewarding experience compared to playing Modern in my opinion. I could have played around a Lord by leaving the birds untapped. That is Adamane, that is a great thing to point out. Thank you for that constructive and specific feedback. Yeah, not only are the good things in Legacy tend to be much better than the not good things, but it's also more expensive to play Legacy to test those not good things on Magic Online. So, like, it costs me more money to play decks that, on average, are in proportion worse compared to Modern. Yeah, that's another way to say it. The competitive card pool for Legacy is much smaller than the competitive card pool for Modern. This is definitely a worship matchup, right? Yeah, this deck that we're playing is very interesting. I like it a lot. I think it's got a lot of play to it. I feel like this is kind of a Reflector Mage matchup for getting our things out from underneath Spellcaller. I kind of like this. I'm going to trim this other Selfless Spirit. Yeah, it's very efficient for that snipe. Always try before you buy. 10 out of 10 recommend doing that. Can I now, from now on, type all my comments with no offense, Jeff, but... I mean, it wouldn't be Twitch chat if you didn't, right? This hand's pretty good, huh? Druid on 2. at the end of the day, you know, I'm just going to play the formats, the decks that I enjoy playing, and we're just going to skip over the ones that I don't. So until I feel like revisiting Legacy, we're going to take a short hiatus from it. This is a pretty aggressive start here from the opponent. And then I remember Tron exists. Yeah. Oh, Tron. Oh, Tron. That's true. Reflector Mage should be pretty good here. Like, getting to send Supreme Phantom back to their hand should be pretty valuable. Wow, this is a lot of damages. All my notifications and Bitcups are handled through a website called Streamlabs. They're pretty much the industry standard. So, I think I just go ahead and Reflector Mage the Mausoleum Wanderer here to give myself a window to play Collected Company. Although now that they did this, I think I'm actually going to Company here since I have two of them. Yeah, I think I want to just cast Company as Doomblade here. And basically saying, hey, I'm okay with you trading this for my company. Like, obviously, we lose tempo on this exchange. Yeah, that's a big part of it too, Brendozer. So, like, it's a cost factor. It's an accessibility factor. So, I'm definitely not... And I think I just let this resolve because I want an extra land out of my deck. I'm definitely in for more mana here. Play this tapped land out. Do I think that Tron should actually be banned? I think that Ancient Stirring shouldn't be legal. I think that from a pure power level perspective, that what Tron is doing in the absolute sense is perfectly fine for Modern, but I think it's a touch too consistent at what it does, and I think knocking down that consistency is probably a worthwhile thing to do. What's our best line here? Like, obviously I can Reflector Mage this and then like play the Selfless Spirit, but like, do I have lines that actually let me win the game after doing that? I feel like I don't, right? And this is how you need to think. I can draw Worship, right? I have 2 copies of Worship in my deck. That's what you want to do. Remember, Magic isn't a game that's just about not dying. It's a game that's about how do you actually win. So you always need to be thinking past, not just how do I not die this turn. You want to be thinking about how do I actually move from trying to not die to actually winning. I think talking about that isn't really worthwhile turn 1 Chalice because it's not something they do. We don't errata cards. What's going on, Ravan? Why do I have to Coco? Like, how does... Coco leaves me dead on board if I don't hit exactly my 3rd Reflector Mage. Yeah, I think I'm happy with how we sideboarded. bringing this in to name Mausoleum Wanderer, that's probably too narrow. Nah, I think Dispel's kind of narrow too. I also remember it's important that I keep my creature density high for Collected Company, and I already only have 27 hits, so I really can't afford to cut more creatures for non-creatures at this point. I mean, it doesn't though, right? Because I have Druid, but then I don't have Vizier and I don't have a payoff, so I still need two things. Because there wasn't a combination of cards I could Collected Company in there to save myself. So I conceded rather than taking the time to look for cards that didn't exist in my deck. You know what? I probably should have just played Birds of Paradise there, so if I drew a land I could company on too. Yeah, I think I should have just played Birds that turn. That was a mistake. We missed, so not punished, but I think it was wrong to not play Bird on two there. Look at that. The old 3-0 into 3-2. Let everybody check that one right off their bingo card. How's everyone doing? Thanks for hanging out today. We'll be playing a bunch of Modern, so don't go anywhere. We've got Black Green Rock, Griselbrand, Blue Red Fairies, and Black White Goryopox coming up today before we're done. Iron Pimpan with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Welcome. You don't really need to... Responding to stuff like that gives validation to people that are hateful. Man, but here's the best way to sum up Unsleeved Media's response to my stuff. Man banned from Magic the Gathering for hate speech creates video condemning video talking about not committing hate speech. You know, was anybody surprised? Was anybody surprised the man banned from Magic the Gathering for hate speech is upset that I said let's not be hateful to each other? I wasn't surprised. Put my free speech. All right, sorry, Bant Company. To wrap up before we move on, this deck felt really trim. I really liked how this configuration was built. The only card that seems kind of out of place to me is I'm not sure I understand the random Kitchen Finks in this deck. I'm also not entirely convinced that Courser of Kruphix is better than just playing another Tireless Tracker, because Tireless Tracker is just really, really good, and it's just so absurd in the fair matchups where you want to grind. I've been a long-time silent observer. Dropped my first sub ever for you. Griselbrand is my only deck for the past years. I'm excited to watch you play it. Your streams bring light to my life. Well, I'm glad you enjoy them, and thank you for the support. Thanks for keeping me here. Thanks. I'll tweet that one, Calhones. I appreciate it. All right, so let's grab